Alright, what is up, guys? I'm making another video to go over a quick recap of the video I made last of how to move stuff from Coinbase to Bittrex. I'm actually just moving some coin over from Coinbase to Bittrex right now. I'm eyeing this coin called Solar Coin. I follow this guy on Facebook. His name's Sunny Hussein. He's a pretty trustworthy guy and just really in detail of what he's looking for and just kind of comfortable with his videos. Like you just go on talking about random things. So this is a guy I follow. He tends to have some pretty good just advice and stuff like that, in my opinion. So he's been giving out. He doesn't really give out signals, but he's been talking about this coin today called Sia Coin. I looked into it, or not Sia Coin, Solar Coin. It's on my screen here. It's gone up like 100% in the past day. If you go on the trading view, where's my watch list? There it is. I think I already put Solar Coin on here. So look for the S, the L, the R, the BTC, and let's get this party going. Pull up our little interactive chart. I've kind of already gone over TradingView. It's really nice to have your things just lined up like that, especially when they're alphabetized. And then whenever you want to, get into a bigger chart, interactive's the way to go. Then it leads you to here, and this is where you look at the coins. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop up the day chart. You can get a big picture of what's going on. As you can see, it's made some crazy gains before. Like it started from 3,000 satoshis all the way up to 39,000 satoshis, and I'm not sure how much of a run that is, but if I were to guess, it's 1,000%. Yeah, I'll need to check my math on that so I can get more technical with you guys, but that's, I think, how big of a gain it is. Obviously, I went through a market cycle. If you've watched the other videos, you know what I'm talking about. It kind of stopped at a support that was above where it was last at the bottom, but then it slowly started kind of teeter-tottering down. If you ever watch Picasso's videos, he'll talk about this part of the market cycle as the downtrend, or hold on, I'll pull it up real quick. I think this is what I'm looking for. Yeah, so I'll pull up this picture real quick. New image. So this part of the market cycle right here, when I'm pointing my mouse at, from this point on, where it's kind of it seems like it's going up and going up and going up and then just falling down even lower to where it started. I think this is the anger and depression stage. It kind of went through all the complacency, anxiety, denial, panic, capitulation stages. You can see it right here. It actually made a massive sell-off right here, and then here's was, I think, complacency, and then you kind of start getting down to those other emotions. And as you get into here, this is maybe complacency, but kind of just that denial and anger stage of just they're wanting to get it back up and get back up, and then people are just eventually giving up on it type thing. And then it starts back over again. You start with a new market cycle. And I think this is what you might see here at the end. We're approaching maybe a new market cycle. He talked about it today, so I want to say this has been the day behind it, and it's grown a lot. It's over 100% of what it's done today. So, I mean, when you look at that, it looks huge. It looks like it made a huge run up, and it is, honestly, because 100% was double your money. But when you kind of start backing out and seeing a bigger picture, you do see that it's not as big as you would think. When especially zoom out to here, now it's tiny. But I haven't watched the full videos. I just know he's been promoting it. But based on my experience so far, which it's a decent amount, and just kind of looking at the charts and the downtrends, you do see a market cycle that happened. And then you're seeing it ending its market cycle. And now it's kind of breaking out of its downtrend that it was making for so long. And this is kind of why I do agree with him, and I'm going to be putting my money in, because he's saying it could go up, 1,000%. I think that's maybe double what this is right here. It'll be at like 80,000 Satoshis. So that's what he's kind of looking at. And if we kind of retrace, I'll do a quick retracement on this. I think this would be around the bottom. Go over here to the tops, and it retraced all the way back down. So, I mean, if you watch this make this move like that, and you watched it go all the way back down, I think if you knew that once it passes the 78 mark, anytime under this is a pretty good buy. Because if it goes back up, it's definitely gonna pass all these levels. Because if it's gonna make a new market cycle, most likely will break its last all-time high, and that's about right here. So that's what my agenda is right now. I'll continue on with the video. Right now I bought some Litecoin off my phone, about $100 worth, and I got 95 out of it. Take out fees and whatnot from Coinbase. Pretty cheap, not too bad. I was trying to, I was thinking about selling it and putting it back into Bitcoin because Bitcoin's been rallying right now. If you look at the chart, it's making some nice little moves upwards today. Let's go back. Like just in recent times, like the past couple days, from the 31st of January, or December, which is like 2 weeks ago, it started from 12,000, started going up to 17, and now it's it's kind of starting to approach its last all-time high at 19,000. If it does break that resistance, I feel like it's gonna rip pretty nicely up. So I was thinking about getting back into it. I looked at trying to sell it on Coinbase and then selling my Litecoin, putting it into Bitcoin, and it was just like too much money. I was gonna take out like $4. I bought about $100 worth, and then I'm left with 90. That's like a tenth of what I've bought for. So I was thinking I might as well just switch it into my Bittrex wallet and then convert it into Bitcoin. It would probably be a lot cheaper doing that way. But most likely what I'll do is just try to buy Litecoin, or not Litecoin, Solar Coin with it. But I just probably will go back into Bitcoin just because like it's a bigger market. As you can see here, here's like Ethereum markets, Bitcoin markets, and I want to say there's a Litecoin market. There's a dollar market. I thought there was a Litecoin market. Maybe it's just I'm mixing it up with the U.S. Tether market. But as you see, good day for crypto. They've been making their moves up, especially since they've been bleeding out recently. Go ahead and continue. So like I was saying, when you move the Bitcoin one, you do the same thing. You just press the plus sign. Your Litecoin wallet's going to be different. It's going to have the L in the beginning, but it's going to look around the same with the number of characters and whatnot. Go ahead and click paste. That's the correct one I want. That's from the same wallet. I'm going to try to do as much as I can out, which is, lo and behold, there's a send max button. So then there we go. It's going to take out 6 cents. 6 cents to move my Litecoin from my wallet here to my Bittrex wallet. If you watch my other video, you'll see that I try to do the same thing with Bitcoin, and it was $19 because of how crazy the blockchain is right now. This is a prime example of why if you want to kind of get your money into Bittrex, I would suggest buying Litecoin first because it's cheaper on fees, and then also it's cheaper to send it out of your wallet. For the meantime, until they can figure out what's going on, I feel like maybe it might be a thing that will be there for a while. So you might see these other coins starting to gain popularity because of just cheaper fees. No one wants to pay a ridiculously high fee like that just to send a couple bucks. So click continue. It's going to ask for authentication on my phone. You definitely should have this set up. It's also important not to lose your phone, and also just making sure that you have your private keys or like the backup thing for your authenticators like saved somewhere like that you won't lose it, like your computer or maybe like your cloud notes if you have them synced, so that way those are always on the cloud. Obviously it's not the safest route, but You know, for me, I only have a couple $100 right now, so I'm not too worried about security. You know, I don't think huge hackers are coming after me right now. Confirm it, and I talked too long, so now there's another code, and confirm. And then it's going to do it. So now it's pending. It should go ahead and just kind of send on its own. I'm not going to have to like worry about it for too long. I go on Bittrex to my wallet, and I don't know if it will pop up right away. That'd be awesome if it did for the sake of this video. But you know, you just keep checking it every 5 minutes, and it should pop up like pretty quickly, especially since it's Litecoin. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, or just pause it at least, so that way I'll just let it give time to pend, because it's still gonna have to confirm, which will take time. Once it's all confirmed, I'll then use that and kind of like show you how to switch from Litecoin to Bitcoin and Bitcoin to other coins. Again, it's just like simple as the same video I already made, but this one will be a little shorter, so it might be a little easier, quicker to watch. So I'll be back in a little bit. Bam! All right, back to what I was doing. Okay, so you can see here that I didn't come in time. I was doing some other things to show you that it would show up here on the depending deposits. But yeah, so whenever you do, normally Bitcoin would be here for a lot longer, but I think Litecoin goes through quick. Once it shows up on pending deposits, it'll be right here. You can check it, make sure it's all good, and then it'll go into your deposit history once it's done. As you can see here, today's date, Litecoin, how much I sent. Now it's in my balance, so I have 153. Now with that, I have it in Litecoin, and I want to buy Solar Coin. So now that I'm in Litecoin form, I have a decent amount of Litecoin, and I want to buy Solar Coin. You can see it's actually making gains right now. I don't think there's a way to do Litecoin to those other coins. Like if you see here, there's Ethereum. It has a lot of market with it. You can trade Ethereum with any other pair. They all have their own like markets to them. Like as you can see here, Bitcoin and Sia Coin, it's up on Sia Coin, but right here on Ethereum and Sia Coin, it's down on Sia Coin. So you can realistically trade these pairs just as you could with Bitcoin. From anybody that has been into Forex, I was into Forex just a little bit, and I kind of still am, but not too heavy. Yeah, so these are just like currency pairs. You'll have the US dollar, which I would compare to Bitcoin. It's like the king, it's the top one. A lot of people watch it the most. But then you have these other little ones that you can trade as well, such as like if you're doing US dollar, you could do it against the yen, US dollar against the British pound, US dollar against just like whatever other currencies are out there. And same thing with the other way around. You could use like the yen and the pound and the yen and what other currencies are out there. It's similar to Ethereum. It's just another market that you can play into. And if you watch these markets, they do make runs, and you might be able to make some solid gains on them. I think sometimes these might make some significant gains against just Bitcoin in general. So it's something that you can always look at to have. But for our sake and purposes of this video, I want Litecoin into Bitcoin. I'm just going to go ahead and trade that back in. So you see my Litecoin, when it gets deposited from Coinbase, it'll show up in my Litecoin account, my availability, my wallet. I can just go ahead and take the max. And I just want to convert all of it into Bitcoin. I use the last price because that's I'm going to get probably the quickest. I'll get 0.005 worth. Go ahead and confirm. Hopefully I can get it filled right away. Give it a second. If not, I'll just go back and use the last price. All right, so what do you know? I was about to do it. So sometimes, I mean, that happens when you do the last. When you do the last, the reason why it might not get filled right away is because the price is moving up and down, and unless it's moving at like a crazy pace and momentum, whatever, um, it's gonna most likely fill after a little bit. Sometimes you might get it right away if you put your order and click confirm right away from that last price, it'll give it to you right away. But sometimes it might take a little while to fill. If it's on a run, you might not get it filled. You might have to like do it again, or just kind of wait till it goes back down or up or whatever is going on in the market. Um, so so now that I got it back into Bitcoin, you can see it here. It's in my Bitcoin available balance in my wallet. I can then go and trade that for the solar coin that I want to get my trade into. So it's right there in the front. If you want to go and look at it yourself, you should kind of get familiar with how to navigate these pages and whatnot. But I mean, there's a search bar for Bitcoin markets, so just, make it easy. SLR, get to the market, get to the trade area for solar coin. I'm gonna go ahead and put all of it into there. Maybe it's not the best time if you were a good trader to get into solar coin, not as in like in general, but I'm just saying like exactly at this moment because it's already making some rips up. I mean, based off the J chart, there's no red, it's all green so far. Go to the 4-hour chart. Same thing, all green pretty much for the past 12 hours. So it's already making its bull run up, and every run, no matter how big or small, is going to have its downward force, its downward action. Depending on what exactly is going on, will determine how long and how far it stays down, what's going on. But for now, I mean, I think it probably will dip down. I don't know how much. If I back out to the like hour chart and then kind of give it a nice little picture backing out. I mean, I just see all this moving up, so I can't really tell too much of like when it could go down. I wouldn't put a Fibonacci on this because, it hasn't reached its top yet. It could still go up. You only use Fibonacci when you already made a top, and I don't think this is a top. This could be any type of up still. It could be an Elliott wave formation. I haven't gone over that, but Bits to Freedom, Crypto Picasso has videos on that. I'm already referencing you guys to watch those videos. They're super helpful. But you'll kind of know what I'm talking about when I say Elliott wave, because Elliott wave kind of does like up and down formations, but more of like an upwards formation. So I'll go to a bigger time frame. Let's zoom out. It's starting to break its last resistance over here. Before then, its last resistance was right here. Again, back out more, it's right here. So I'm going to go into the day because I think I have something interesting I might be able to show you guys. Like I was saying with the Elliott waves, you would take the Elliott wave from its low of when it was ripping up to its high. It could be here, it could be down here. I'm just going to go down here and go to its high. So normally, sometimes Elliott waves, the levels will also have some type of kind of like support and resistance for it as well. I think this is maybe a better, do it on like this low as a low point as compared to this, just because I feel like it kind of shows it better. But you start from here, rips up, you got your top, then you can draw out your Elliott waves here. I don't think I've added the extra ones that you need to add, like crypto has them, but it kind of still paints somewhat of a picture. And as you can see here, it's ripped all the way to the top, went to the bottom, kind of almost went all the way down to the absolute bottom of when it started, and then found some resistance right here, trying to like break out of the 78%. Couldn't do it. Same thing here. Did break out, but not for long. Same thing, not for long, and then went all the way down to where it started, and a little bit lower. But now it's ripping back up, and I think right here is a pretty decent resistance zone. It's approaching that resistance zone, so it's either you would buy past that point. Like if it starts going past this point, you'd want to place a buy, or maybe if it hits that and it goes down, you can wait for it to go down and place another Fibonacci. Say if it were to, because you could use Fibonacci on all different time frames. It's just different market cycles. Like in crypto's video, he'll tell you market cycles happen on a bigger scale, on a smaller scale. These are all like fractals of each other, if you know what fractals are. And they can just become smaller, and if you zoom out, there's bigger ones that you can do. So say if like it were to start at the bottom and then do its run up to here and find a resistance, you would want a retracement at least about halfway, and maybe even farther down, depending on how much like gusto I guess it has. I might just kind of wait then, and I'll do a buy at about this rate, the 0.00006, or I'll just do Satoshi. It's easier, 6,500 Satoshis. Instead of buying it right now at 9,700 Satoshis. Although if it does go past the 11,000 Satoshi mark, then I would want to get in, because it's most likely just going to keep going up. Because the way that you'd want to play this out is, why don't I just buy it now, and if it goes up, I'm still making profit. But you always kind of want to like play it safe, or I mean, at least in my terms, I'd rather play it safe, because I don't think this thing's going to make a straight skyrocket to the moon. I think it definitely will dip back down, because people are going to take their profit. They're going to enjoy making 100% because it's already at 100%. And whoever else makes that little bit. So I might dip it down to the 500 mark, put some buys in at 6,500 Satoshis, and hopefully they get filled. And then after, if they do get filled, I'll be able to ride this trend up. He's saying it could go up to about 80,000 Satoshis, which would be pretty crazy in this next few months. So I'm going to give this guy's advice a try. I think, to my own advice and my own like trading experience, I think like it's a pretty decent move. I think it's reasonable. I think it's possible. I would have to look more into the fundamentals. Like I was saying in my other videos, it's important to look at fundamentals in terms of more than just your typical like just technical analysis. I'd have to look into the fundamentals. What about Solar Coin is appealing to other people? What has it been doing? Why is it a good buy? You don't want to just buy it just because it's looking good on the charts. You want to have those other reasons for it behind it. So since I want to wait for it to dip down to about where is it? I think I was saying like 6,400. Let me put another. Oh, I kind of got rid of it all, didn't I? Oh, there might be a back button. Nice. Wait, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Wait, oh, there it is. So this is why TradingView is one of the best tools out there. I mean, you're not going to find so much like options, and it saves to your account. So it's just like so much helpfulness going on in this this website and this app or whatever program. So I would say about the 50 mark is about 6,700. So I'll play it safe. I'll put it a little bit higher. So when it dips down, I can get in. I'll do it at, let me zoom in a little bit. Maybe I can check out the closer time frames and see if I can find a bigger picture. So what are we saying? So we're saying this fib levels around here. And you can switch from here. 50% is about 64,000, 65,000. So yeah, I'd give it, let's see if I can zoom in more. I would give it, because you see this last run up kind of hitting from like here, back all the way down. And it's going up again. But it seems to like take a pretty massive sell-off whenever people do make their runs up from just, I think this one was like 3,400 up to 9,400. and then it dipped all the way back down to 49,000 or 100. Sorry. So I would expect this one maybe to do the same, especially since it's going to start hitting these resistance points. I would definitely see a sell-off at least to 50. So I'll put it, just to be safe, a little bit higher. So I'll do 7,000. I think is a good maybe buy-in. Get some good entries on that. And if I don't, if it continues to break out, the next point that I would start wanting to buy in at is, I'm going to have to zoom out more. The next point I want to buy in at would be past this point. So past like 11,000, 10,000, or yeah, 11,000. If it starts breaking this stuff, I would want to buy in again, because it's obviously on a pretty good run. So that's what I'm gonna do for now. I'm gonna put a trade in at 5,000. I'm just gonna keep my eye on it, or 7,000. I mean, keep my eye on it, see how it goes, and hopefully it dips down so I can get a good entry and then ride the wave up. To the buy side, we'll do the max because we want to buy our maximum balance, which will then show up on the bottom of the 0.005 that I have available for Bitcoin. You'll then do last, which would be the last price. Actually, no, we want to do the price of what I was describing, so it'd be 0.00006900. And hopefully it does dip down that low. I think it will, with people taking some profit from this. And then we'll go ahead and buy it. So we just confirm that buy. It's not going to get filled right away because it has to go lower. But let's take a look at how many people want to buy versus how many people want to sell. There's a lot more people wanting to sell versus people that want to buy. I think we maybe might be approaching a downtrend. I mean, obviously this probably could change with the drop of a hat. So, I mean, that's what I have set for now, around this mark right here, this mark. So, I'll give it a look. It's approaching 10,000 right now. I think I did say that what I wanted to buy it at would be around 11,000. So, I'll give it a shot. We'll see how this goes. As you can see in these, there's a lot of ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. Even if it does jump up, it does go down. So that's kind of why I'm placing my trade the way I am, because I don't think it's just going to go skyrocket, skyrocket, skyrocket out. I think it will dip down at some point, at least halfway to its retracement. If it does go all the way up here, if it doesn't, then this retracement would be lower, and in turn this would be lower. So it definitely hit my mark of 69,000, which is right here, 6,900. So yeah, that's pretty much how you do it for Bittrex. I'm still working on doing it for Binance. I might make the video right now just to kind of familiarize people with it. I'm looking into other exchanges for people that can't get into Bittrex and Binance right now because they're doing the same thing where they're restricting new users. So I'm looking into other exchanges that have a lot of the similar coins as those two ones. So then that way they're kind of still in the action in terms of wanting to trade certain coins and whatnot. I think I already talked about CoinMarketCap. I'm gonna look at Solar Coin real quick before I wrap this video up, just to kind of show what other exchanges they have, and that's also why CoinMarketCap.com is a good tool to have whenever you want to look at stuff. So you go here, you type in whatever coin you're looking for. They literally have every coin, I'm pretty sure, imaginable, because they just kind of keep an overall tabs of things. They don't really deal with trading, but they'll be able to show you what exchanges these coins can be traded on. Bittrex is on the top, has the most volume as well. But you can see here all the prices are about the same. This coin exchange one is pretty crazy, but for the most part, you could just pretty much see an average of all these ones except for this one. I mean, there's only $1,000 in it, so whoever's selling it for $10 a share is just kind of controlling the market, I guess. That's the one thing about crypto, is there's so many coins but not even a lot of money in most of them, especially if you're on a random exchange that You can just kind of like manipulate it, I guess. But for the most part, it's on Bittrex. Pretty much all of it's on Bittrex. There's all these other exchanges that are a lot smaller, but they are ones that you can buy the coin from, and that should have its own wallet and everything. These are actually dealt with in like currency, like actual currency, except for this one. This one's Bitcoin. But you can like buy U.S. dollars, use U.S. dollars to buy Solar Coin on Likey Exchange. I've never heard of it, never used it, but there's a way. So I'm gonna look into other stuff that you guys can use until Bittrex is ready and allows more people to get taken on. So I hope this video was helpful. I'll definitely be making more videos soon to just kind of keep updates about what's been going on with like my trades, and especially with Solar Coin. Hopefully it does jump up and I'll be able to kind of explain what's been going on and how to like what I've dealt with it. And just anything else you have questions, let me know. I'll be happy to help. Peace.